Hi everyone, in this video we are going to solve O-Levels Maths D Paper 2 in a session October-November 2018 Paper 2-2. So let's begin with the first question. In question 1A part, Kamal earned a total of $32,500 in 2017. He paid 9% of this amount into his pension. Okay, so first we need to find what is 9% of this amount, that is $32,500. So this is 9 out of 100 times 32,500. Okay. So 9 divides 100 times 32,500. This is $2,925. Okay. He paid 22% tax on the remaining of his income. So first we need to find the remaining. How much is remaining? For remaining, we need to do from the total, we need to subtract this much. So 32,500 subtract 2,925. Okay, 3 to 500 subtract answer. This would be 29,575. This would be the remaining 29575. So on this remaining earning, he paid 22% of tax. So 22% of tax on this remaining income, that is 29575, and this would be times by 22 and divides by 100. This is 6506.5, $6,506.5. Okay, calculate the amount left after paying his pension and his tax. Okay, so amount left, how much is left? So to find the money left, we need to subtract this amount from the remaining one. So 29,575 subtract 6,506.5. Okay, so 29,575 subtract answer. So this much is left, that is $23,068.5. Now for B part, Kamal invested $1,200 in a saving account. So this is the investment, this is the principal, paying 1.8% per year compound interest. So this is an interest rate and we have to use the compound interest here. He left the money in the account for 5 years. So the time period is 5 years. Calculate the amount A we need to find of money in the account at the end of 5 years. Give your answer correct to the nearest cent. Okay, so let me use a formula for the compound interest here. So that is amount equals to principal into 1 plus interest rate exponent time. Okay, so we need to find amount. Investment is $1,200 into 1 plus interest rate is 1.8%. So dividing by 100 and the time is 5 years. Okay, so let me simplify. 1.8 divide 100, add 1, exponent 5 and times by 1,200. So this is 1,311.958 and correct to the nearest cent, this is 96 cents. We can say 1,311.96 dollars. Now for the C part, Kamal also invested some money in a different saving account for 5 years. So this is a time period. This account paid 2.1%, that is the interest rate per year, simple interest. At the end of 5 years, there was this much in the account, that is the amount. Calculate the amount of money he invested. We need to find the principal in this account. Okay, so simple interest is A equals to P into 1 plus RT. So we need to find the investment, that is the principal. So we can do A divide 1 plus RT. This would be equals to the principal, right? So let me substitute the values here. So we have P equals to amount, that is $8,828.75, divide 1 plus R is the interest rate, that is 2.1%, dividing by 100, times T is 5 years, right? So let me simplify. So 2.1 divide 100 times 5, add 1, and then 828.75 divide answer. $750 is the principal, or the investment, we can say. Now for the D part, the exchange rate between the dollar and pound is this. The exchange rate between the dollar and euro is this. Kamal has a total of $275. He changes part of $275 into pounds and receive this much pounds. Okay, and he changes the remaining dollars into euros. The remaining dollars. Calculate the amount of money he receive in euros. Okay. So we have given the information that he changes some part of his money into pounds, and he received this much a pound. So first we need to use this conversion, that is $1 is this much pound. So what would be 1 pound? So 1 pound is, in terms of dollar, is 1 over 0.72 dollars, right? And he received this much pound. So what about 79.20 pounds in terms of dollars? So this would be 79.20 divides 0.72. We will get the amount in terms of dollars. 79.20 divides 0.72. So this is 110. So it means he changes $110 into pounds, and he receives this much pounds. He changes the remaining dollars into euros. So how much is remaining? So to find the remaining, we need to subtract from the total, that is 275. We need to subtract 110. We will get the remaining. 275 subtract 110 is $165. This is the remaining. So now he changes the remaining $165 into euros, and this is the exchange rate for the dollars and the euros. So if $1 is this much euro, and what about $165? This would be 165 times 1.10 euros times 1.10. Sorry, it's times 165 times 1.10. 181.5 euros he will receive. Question number 2. Lim grows tomatoes. The masses m grams of 200. Now the total tomatoes are 200. Offer tomatoes are recorded. The cumulative frequency table shows the result. So we have given the masses in terms of grams and cumulative frequency. Now in A part, on the grid, draw a cumulative frequency diagram to represent this result. Okay, so that's pretty easy. So when the mass is 80, the cumulative frequency is 0. Okay, so let me plot it. Mass is 80, cumulative frequency 0. This would be the first point. Okay, now for the second point, when mass is 100, the cumulative frequency is 20. For 100, it is 20, right? For 110, it is 48. So 110, we have 40. And where is 48? Okay, so as you can see, from 0 to 20, the difference is 20. And how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blocks. So let me count the scale. So 20 is a difference, and the total blocks are 5. So it means each block is representing 4, right? Okay, so for 110, we have 40, 44, and 48, right? Adding 4. Okay, for 120, it is 112. 120, 110, 100, and 112. 100, it's 100, then adding 4 is 104, and then 108, and then 112, this point. Okay, next is 130 and then 158. For 130, we have 158. Okay, so this is 140 and then 160. So 140 adding 4 is 40. This is 130 line. Yes, this is 140. This is 144. And then plus 4 is 148. And then plus 4 is 152. This is 152. And then plus 4 is 156. So this is 156, and then adding 4, this would be 160. So in the middle of 156 and 160, we have 154. Yes. The second last point, when the mass is 140, cumulative frequency is 184. Corresponding to 140, it is 184. 180 and then 184. Next point. Last point, for 160, it is 200. So that's easy. For 160, it's 200. So let me connect all these points to get a smooth curve. And make sure the curve passes to each and every point. So this is a cumulative frequency curve. Now for the B part, use your diagram to estimate in the first part the median. So median is basically half of the value, right? We can say half of 200 because total tomatoes are 200. So we need to find 100th value. And we need to find the median in terms of grams. So on cumulative frequency, we need to find the 100th value. So going back to the curve and finding out 100 and what is the mass corresponding to 100. Yes. So that's the mass corresponding to 100. So this is 110, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 118. This is 118. So we can say the median is 118. Right. Now for second part, we need to find the interquartile range. Interquartile range we know is Q3 minus Q1. So first we need to find Q3, that is the upper quartile. So Q3 is 3 by 4th of the value, and Q1 is 1 by 4th of the value, right? So let me write down 3 by 4 of value and 1 by 4. 3 by 4 times 200, we need to find 150th value, and 1 by 4 times 200 is 50th value. And then we can subtract both of them to get the interquartile range. So 150 and 50. Okay. Now on cumulative frequency curve, we need to first find the value corresponding to 150. So we have 140, 44, 48, and 150 in the middle. This is 150. This is upper quartile, and for the lower quartile it is 50. So 40, 44, 48, and 50. Okay, so we have this value is 128 and this is 110. So we have upper quartile 128 and the lower quartile is 110. So let me subtract 128, subtract 110, 128 minus 110. This is 18. So we got the interquartile range, that is 18 grams. Now for C part, Ravi also grows tomatoes. The masses of 200 of his tomatoes are also recorded. For Ravi's tomato, the median mass was 124 grams, and the interquartile range of the masses was 12 grams. Right. Make two comments comparing the masses of tomatoes grown by Lim with those grown by Ravi. Okay, so let me write down the Lim result as well. So for Lim, um, what are the answers? Median is 118 and interquartile range is 18. Okay, so for Lim, we can say median is 118 and interquartile range is 18. Okay, and for Ravi, the median is 124 and the interquartile range is 12. Okay, so let me make two comments. So first comment is for median, and then the second comment we will make for interquartile range, right? So for in the first comment we can say since Ravi's median mass is greater than Lim's median mass, right? Because as you can see, Ravi's median mass is 124 and this is greater than the Lim's median mass, that is 118, right? So if Ravi's median mass is greater than Lim's median mass, it means his tomatoes are heavier on average. So Ravi's tomatoes weight are heavier on average. So we can say so his tomatoes are heavier on average as compared to Lim's tomatoes. Okay, now for the second comment, interquartile range of Lim is 18 and Ravi's 12. So Lim's range is more as compared to Ravi. So we can say interquartile range of Lim is greater than interquartile range of Ravi. It means the masses of Lim's tomatoes are less consistent than those of Ravi's because their interquartile range are greater, right? So we can say the masses of Lim's tomatoes are less consistent than those of Ravi, because Lim's interquartile range is higher, so it means his tomatoes masses are less consistent as compared to Ravi's. Okay, now moving to the D part, complete the frequency table for the masses of tomatoes grown by Lim. Okay, so masses in grams and the frequency we have given. So between 120 and 130 and 130 and 140, this is missing. So going back to the cumulative frequency table, we can easily find out. For this set, for 80 it is 0 and for 100 it is 20, so means we need to add. So 20 and then we have 48, so we need to subtract 20 minus 48. We got 28. Let me do it. 48 minus 20, we will get the next point 28, and then 112 minus 48, the next point will be 64. So you can see we have 64, and from this point we have 158 minus 112, 46. So this point is 46, and then now these two, 184 minus 158 is 26, and for the last you can also check 200 minus 184 is 16, and that is 16, you can see. Okay, now for the second part, write down the model class. Model class we know is the class having the most frequency. So which class has the most frequency? 64 is the most frequency in this class, and the mass is between 110 and 120, right? Now for the third part, calculate an estimate of the mean mass of these tomatoes. Okay, so mean is basically sum of fx dividing by total, and we know that the total tomatoes are 200, right? So f is the frequency, right? And we can find the x is the midpoint of these intervals, right? So let me find the midpoint of 80 and 100 is 90, 100 and 110 is 105, 110 and 120 is 115, this is 125 and 135 and 150, right? Now let me find fx, the product of the frequency and the mid intervals. Okay, so the first product is 20 times 90. 20 times 90 is 1800, 1800. 28 times 105, 2940. The next is 64 times 115, 64 times 115, 7360. And then 46 times 125, 46 times 125 is 5750. And then 26 times 135, 3510. And the last is 16 times 150. 16 times 150 is 2400. Okay, now we need to find the sum of fx for the mean, and dividing by the total number of tomatoes are 200. So let me add them up. So 1800 plus 2940 plus 7360 plus 5750 plus 3510 plus 2400. So this is a sum of fx. Let me write it down. 23,760 dividing by 200 tomatoes. So dividing by 200, this is 118.8 grams is the mean mass. 118.8. Question number 3 in A part, express as single fraction in its simplest form. Okay, so we need to take the LCM first, and that is y minus 1 and y plus 6, and then we need to cross multiply 3 times y plus 6 and minus 5 times y minus 1. Okay, now let me simplify it further. So it would be 3y, and 3 times 6 is 18, minus 5y and plus 5 divides y minus 1 and y plus 6. Okay, now 18 plus 5 is 23, and 3y minus 5y is minus 2y, and the denominator, keep the denominator in the factored form, y minus 1 and y plus 6. So that's the simplified answer. Now for the B part, we need to simplify this expression. So both the expression in the numerator and the denominator are quadratic. So we need to factorize it. So 2 times negative of 12 is minus 24. And 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. And 3 minus 8 is minus 5. So let me break the midterm. So 2v square plus 3v minus 8v minus 12, and in the denominator we can say this is v square minus 16 is a square of 4. So we need to use a formula of a square minus v square here. Okay, now we can take v common, and we are left with 2v plus 3. Let me take negative 4 common, and 2v plus 3, and in the denominator we have a factors v plus 4 and v minus 4. Okay, now the further we have 2v plus 3 and v minus 4 over v plus 4 into v minus 4. So let me cancel the like factors, v minus 4 and v minus 4, and we are left with 2v plus 3 over v plus 4. So that is a simplified expression. Now for the C part, solve this equation, show your working and give your answer correct to 3 significant figure. Okay, so we have 3x square, 3 times 3 is 9 minus 11x equals to 0. That's a quadratic equation. Let me arrange it into the quadratic standard form. 3x square minus 11x plus 9 equals to 0. Now we can solve it by using a quadratic formula. That is x is equals to negative b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divides 2a. And what is a, b, c? A is a coefficient of x square, that is 3. B is a coefficient of x, that is minus 11. And c is a constant, that is 9. So let me substitute all the values one by one and solving for x. So x would be equals to negative of b, so it would be positive 11 plus minus square root minus 11 whole square minus 4 times a is 3 times c is 9 whole divides 2 times of 3. Okay, now x equals to 11 plus minus square root. 11 square is 121, and we have 4 times 3 times 9 is 108 minus 108, and then divides 2 times 3 is 6. So 121 subtract 108 is 13. So x is equals to 11 plus minus square root of 13 divides 6. Now we have two x values with the positive square root of 13 and with the negative square root of 13. So let me solve it. So first we have 11 plus square root 13 and then divide 6. 2.4, correct to 3 significant figure. 2.43, 2.43, yes. And for the next value, we have 11 minus square root of 13 divide 6, 1.232. So it is 1.23. Question number 4, in A part, Anna drives 45 km to work each day. So this is a distance. One day she drives the first 25 km at an average speed of 82 km per hour. Right? She takes 36 minutes to drive to the remaining distance. Okay, calculate her average speed in kilometer per hour for the whole journey. Okay, so what is average speed? So average speed is distance over time, right? The total distance we know is 45 km, and we need to find the time in terms of hours, right? Okay, so we have given the information that for when the distance is, we can find the time. So time is distance over speed. Okay, so one day she drives the first 25 km when the distance is 25 at an average speed of 82. This is the first time for the 25 km, and the remaining 20 km, the time is 36 minutes. Right. So this is a time. This is a time in terms of minutes. So we can convert the minutes into hours by dividing it by 60. So this is a total time for the journey, 45 km. So we can take the time 25 over 82 and plus 36 over 60. Right. So let me simplify. 25 divides 82 plus 36 divides 60 and 45 divide answer. So 49.73 km per hour. 49.7 we can say. Now for the B part, Anna's journey home is 47 km, correct to the nearest kilometers. Okay, so if it is correct to the nearest kilometers, it means we need to find the upper and the lower bounds. That is 1 by 2. So we have 47 plus minus 0.5. 47 plus 0.5 is 47.5, and minus, that is 46.5. Right. One day her journey takes home 65 minutes, correct to the nearest 5 minutes. 65 minutes, correct to the nearest 5 minutes. So that is 5 by 2. So what is 5 by 2? 5 divides 2 is 2.5. So we need to add 2.5 and subtract 2.5. Add 2.5. This would be 67.5. And when we subtract 2.5, 65 minus 2.5 is 62.5. Upper and the lower bounds. Calculate the upper bound for the average speed in kilometer per hour for the journey home. Okay, so average speed is distance over time, right? So the distance we have given, and we need to find the upper bound. Okay, so when we need to use this information when we need to find the upper bound, so we need to use the upper bound for the numerator and the lower bound for the denominator, so we will get the upper answer for the upper bounds. Okay, so the distance we need to use upper bound, that is 47.5, right? And the time we need to use for the lower bound, that is 62.5, right? So this distance is in terms of kilometer, 47 kilometers, so 47.5 kilometer is the upper bound, and this time is in terms of minutes, but we need to find the answer in kilometer per hour, right? So we need to convert this minutes into hours by dividing by 60, right? So we have 62.5 divide 60, this is a time, and then 47.5 divide answer. We have average speed 45.6 kilometer per hour. In part C, the probability that Anna arrives at work on time or early on any given day is 5 by 8. Okay, so probability for arrive on time is 5 out of 8. Right. Calculate the probability that she's late on both Monday and Tuesday. Give your answer as a fraction. Okay, so probability of late is 1 minus probability arrive on time. Right. So this is 1 minus 5 by 8. So this would be 5 by 8 and 1 minus answer, that is 3 by 8. So this is the probability of late. Okay, so for both Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so for Monday we can say 3 by 8 times, and means times, and Tuesday is again 3 by 8. So 3 times 3 is 9, 8 times 8 is 64. So 9 by 64. Question number 5. AC and BD are diameters of a circle. Center at O. AC is 12 centimeter and the angle AOB is 130 degree. Okay, so if the diameter is equals to 12 centimeter, then the radius is half of diameter, that is 6 centimeter. So this is radius OA, OB, OD is the radius, and OC is the radius. So these are 6, 6, 6, right? And now in A part, calculate the area of the triangle AOB. AOB, we need to find the area of this triangle. So that's pretty easy. So for area, we can say half the two sides OA and OB, 6 times 6, and the angle between them is sine 130. We will get the area. So let me calculate it. Sine 130 times 6 times 6 times 0.5. So 13.78 or 13.8 if we round it, centimeters square. Now for the B part, calculate the area of a sector AOD. So area of a sector is basically equals to theta over 360 times pi r square. Okay, so AOD. So we have a sector AOD, this sector, right? Okay, so first we need theta because radius we know that is 6. So this is the angle theta. How can we find this theta? As we know, this line BD, this is a line, straight line, and this angle is 180. So how can we find this angle? So it is 180 minus 130. So this is 50 degree. This angle is 50, right? And the radius is 6. So just substituting the values, we can get the area of a sector. So this is 50 over 360 times pi, and the radius is 6 square, right? So let me calculate it. So 6 times 3.14 times 50 divides 360. 15.7 centimeters square is the area of a sector, AOD. For part C, calculate the percentage of the area of a circle that is shaded. So the percentage of the area that is shaded, it means we need to find the shaded area over the total area and times by 100, right? So let me find the shaded and the total area. Okay, so for the total area, this is a circle. So we can say the total area is area of a circle, that is pi r square. So pi and the radius is 6 square. So that would be 6 times 3.14. 113.04. That is the total area, right? Now let me find the shaded area. So which portion is shaded? So as you can see, the triangle AOB is shaded, and the triangle DOC is shaded, right? So this angle is 130. This is also 130 because these are the vertically opposite angles. So the area of the triangle AOB is exactly the same as the area of the triangle DOC, right? So for the shaded, we have these two triangles. So, and from the first part, we know that the area is 13.8. So we can add 13.8 twice. Okay, and for this portion is shaded. So we got the area of sector AOD in the B part. So from that area of a sector, we can subtract this area of a triangle. We can get this shaded area. So let me find this area of a triangle. Triangle AOD. How can we find the area of this triangle? By doing half 6 times 6 sine 50. Right. So we have sine 50 times 6 times 6 times 0.5. This area is 13.788, right? So area of this triangle is 13.788. We can subtract this area from the whole sector because this triangle is not shaded. As we know, the whole sector area we got from the B part is 15.7, right? So subtracting 15.7, subtract answer, we will get the shaded area. So this shaded area is 1.911. 1.911. Right. So the total area we got is 113.04, and the shaded area is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so for this area is 13.8. Okay, now let me find the shaded area now. So for shaded area, we can say we have 13.8 twice. So 2 times of 13.8, add, and we have these two areas. So 2 times of 1.911. Right. 2 times 13.8 plus 2 times 1.911. So this is 31.422. That is the shaded area, right? And the total area. So let me put it into the formula. So the shaded area we got is 31.422, and the total area is 113.04, 113.04, and then times by 100, right? Divide 113.04 and times by 100, we will get 27.79, or we can say 27.8% is shaded, 27.8%. Question number 6. Zara fences off a piece of land next to the wall to make a vegetable garden. The garden is rectangle with a wall as one side of the rectangle. The area of the garden is 8 square meters. So this area of this vegetable garden is 18 square meters. The width of the garden is x meters. In A part, the total length of fencing required for the garden is y meters. So this is the total length of fencing, this side, and this side. Show that y would be this, right? Okay, so basically this y is a parameter. We need to add them, right? So by using this information of area, so area of a rectangle is length times width, right? So area is 18 square meters. We don't know the length. We can know the width is x, right? So 18 over x is the length, right? So if this side is x, this side is x, this side is 18 over x, right? Okay, so y is the total length of fencing. So y is basically the parameter. So we can say that y is sum of all three sides. So we have x plus 18 over x. So y is equals to 2x plus 18 by x. Right. B. In the first part, complete the table for this function when x is 1, 2, and 9. Okay, so let me put x equals to 1. So y is 2 times of 1 plus 18 over 1. So we have 2 plus 18, that is equals to 20. So y equals to 2 times 2 plus 18 over 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 9 is 18. And 9 plus 4 is 13. Okay, we need to find y when x is 9 as well. So we can say y is equals to 2 times of 9 plus 18 by 9. 2 times 9 is 18, and 9 times 2 is 18, so that is 20. Now for second part, on the grid, draw the graph of the function for x is between 1 to 9. Okay, so by using the table that is given to us in the first part, we can use this table and we can easily plot it. So when x is 1, the y is 20. For 2, it is 13. Okay, so when x is equals to 1, y is 20. When x is equals to 2, y is 13. So 10, we have 11, 12, and 2 blocks is 13, right? Now for next, when x is 3, y is 12, and for 4 it is 12.5. Okay, so for 3 it is 12. 3, we have 10, the 2 blocks is 11, and the 2 blocks is 12, and for 4 it is 12.5. 10, 11, 12, and 12.5. Okay, the next 0.5, it is 13.6, and for 6 it is 15. 13.6 and 15. Okay, so we have 13.6, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 13.6, and for 6 we have 15. Yes. For 7, 16.6, and for 8 we have 18.3. 16.6 and 18.3. 16.6. So here it is 15, 16, and 16.6, and then for 8 it is 18.3. So we have 15, 16, 17, 18, 18.3. And the last point, for 9 it is 20. When x is 9, y is equals to 20. We have this equals to 20, right? Okay, let me connect all the points to get a smooth curve and make sure Your curve passes through each and every point. So this is a curve, right? Now for the C part, use your graph to find the two possible widths of the garden if 14 meter of fencing is used. So we know that the fencing is basically representing by y. So when y is 14 meters, we can find the width, and the width is x. So where is 14? We have 11, 12, 13, 14. This is x equals to 14, sorry, y equals to 14, right? And let me find the two possible values of width, the x values. So the first x value, sorry, I messed up. So for when x is 1, we have 20. This point, not this point. Let me draw the curve again. We need to connect this point with 1 and 20. Yes. Okay. Now we can find the two values for x. Let's see what two x values, what two width values. So the first value of width is this, right? And the second value, it cuts at this. Okay. So this point is 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8. And this is 5, 5.2, and between 5 point, it's 5.3. Yes, these are the two possible values for the width. 1.8 meters and 5.3 meters, right? Now for the D part, the fencing cost $20 per meter. This is the cost of the fencing. In the first part, find the minimum amount it will cost Zara to build the fence. So the minimum amount means the minimum length of fencing used. So basically the minimum length of fencing used, it means the minimum value for y. So by using a graph or by using a table, we can see the minimum value for y is equals to 12. So this is the minimum value for y. So when length of fencing is minimum, that is 12. So the minimum cost would be 12 times 20. So this would be 12 times 20 is $240. $240 is the minimum cost. Now for the second part, Zara wants to spend no more than $350 on the fencing. Find the greatest possible width of the garden Zara can make, greatest possible width. So we have given the information that the fencing cost $20 per meter, right? So for 1 meter, the cost is 20, right? We need to find for how many meters the cost must be 350, right? So if we can do the cross multiplication, we can find the value for y. So we have 350, this is equals to 20y, and y is equals to 350 by 20. So we can do 350 divides 20, that is 17.5. So when the y is 17.5, we can find the width, and the width is x, right? So going back to the curve and finding y equals to 17.5. So we have 15, 16, 17, and this is 17.5. Let me draw the line of 17.5. So this is 17.5. This point is the minimum value for the width, but we need to find the maximum value of width, and this point is the maximum value for width, right? And what is this point? We can say 7, 7.2, 4, 5 or 6, between 7.5 and 7.6 we can say is the greatest, because they said greatest possible width for the garden. So you can say 7.5 meters. Question number 7. triangle A is drawn on the grid. In A part, transformation P is represented by the matrix P maps triangle A onto triangle B. In first part, draw and label triangle B. Okay, now we have given the matrix, so we can use the formula to find the coordinates for the triangle B. We know that matrix times object equals to image, right? So the matrix we have given is -2, 0, 0 and -2 times object. Object is basically the coordinates for the triangle A. So let me find the coordinates of the triangle A. So this is 2, 1. This point is 2, 1. This is 3, 1. And this point is 2, 3. 2, 1, 3, 1 and 2, 3. Okay. So 2, 1, 3, 1 and 2, 3. And we will get the image, that is the triangle B is the image. Okay, so let me multiply them. Rows are going to multiply with the columns. -2 times 2 is -4, -6 and -4. And we have -2, -2 and -6. So these are the coordinates for triangle B. Right, so let me draw and then label this triangle B by using -4, -2, -6, -2 and -4, -6. -4, -2. X is -4 and y is -2. Then -6, -2, -6 and -2, and then -4 and -6. This point. So let me draw this. So this is a triangle B. Now for the second part, describe fully the single transformation P. Okay, so the transformation P, how can we describe it? So by using transformation P on A, we get triangle B. So how can we describe this transformation? We can say A to B. This is not a translation, not a rotation, not a reflection. It is basically an enlargement, right? This is 1 and this is 1 and 2. So it is an enlargement with a scale factor 2. And let me find the center of enlargement and then we can guess what would be the sign for the scale factor. So for the center, let me connect this point with this, right? This point with this and this point with this, right? All the points passes through the center, right? So we can say that the center of enlargement is origin and it is an enlargement and its scale factor is, this is 1 and this is 1, 2. So its scale factor is -2. Why -2? Because the image of A, that is triangle B, is on the other side of this center. So it is negative scale factor, right? So let me write down the transformation P is basically an enlargement with the scale factor -2 and the center of enlargement is the origin, that is 0, 0. Right. Now for the third part, write down the ratio area of a triangle A, ratio area of triangle B. Okay, so as we can see, for triangle A, the side length is 1 and for triangle B, the side length is 2. So by comparing the side length, we can find the ratio for the area of both triangles. So for triangle A, the side length is 1 and for B, the side length is 2. But for area, we need to do the square. So we need to do 1 square ratio 2 square. So this is 1:4. Right. Now for the B part, transformation Q is represented by the matrix. Q maps triangle B onto triangle C. Draw and label triangle C. Again, by using the transformation, we can say matrix times object equals to image, right? So the matrix is 1, 0, 0, -1. Object is triangle B. We know the coordinates of triangle B we got in the first part. As you can see, the coordinates are -4 -2, -6 -2, and -4 -6. So let me write down these coordinates. Over here, that is -4 -2, -6 -2, and -4 -6. We can multiply both of them and we will get the image, that is the coordinates for triangle C. Okay, so let me find. Rows are going to multiply with the columns. So we have -4, -6, and -4. And here we have 2, 2, and 6. So these are the coordinates for the triangle C. So we need to label this triangle C, -4 and 2. Going back to the grid, where is -4 and 2? X is -4 and the y is 2, this point. Then we have -6, 2, -6, 2, and then we have -4 and 6, -4 and 6. So here is a triangle C. Let me draw the triangle C. Right. Now for the C part, transformation Y is represented by the matrix Y maps triangle A onto triangle D. Okay, so when Y maps triangle A onto triangle D, by using this information, we can use a formula that matrix times object equals to image, right? It means when matrix is going to multiply with A, we will get D, right? Okay, now and matrix is Y. We can say matrix is Y. Y times A equals to D. Okay. Find the matrix that represent the transformation. We need to find the transformation, like this is a transformation for the matrix that maps D onto A. Okay, how can we map D onto A? So this transformation maps A onto D. We can find a transformation that maps D onto A. So we need to do Y inverse on both sides. Right, y inverse is identity matrix, so A equals to Y inverse D. So this matrix is representing maps, this matrix Y inverse maps triangle D onto triangle A. And what is Y inverse? We can find the inverse of this matrix by doing adjoint over determinant. So inverse is adjoint of matrix Y over determinant of matrix Y. So determinant is 1 times 3 minus 0 times 0. So 1 times 3 is 3. So 1 by 3. And we need to change the positions 3 and 1. And we need to change the signs. This keeps 0 and 0. So the matrix would be 1, 0, 0 and 1 by 3. Right. Question number 8. The line 2y equals to x plus 4 is drawn on the grid. In A part 1 on grid, draw the line x plus y plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, how can we draw this line? We can write it as a slope intercept form. Y equals to minus x minus 2. Y intercept is minus 2 and the slope is minus 1. So the y intercept is -2. So we have minus 2. And the slope is -1. Slope is rise over run, so rise over run. So -2 down and 1 to the right, this point, right? So let me connect these 2 points and we will get the, this is a line for the second equation, right? Now for the second part, the region R is represented by the these three inequalities. The first is when 2y is greater than equals to x plus 4, when x plus y plus 2 is greater than equals to 0, and when y is greater than equals to 2. So first we need to draw y equals to 2. So y equals to 2. This is the region y equals to 2. This is a line y equals to 2. So we need to on the grid shade and label the region R. 2y is greater than equals to x plus 4. Okay, so this black line is 2y equals to x plus 4. So if it is greater, so above portion is shaded, right? This one. For second, when x plus y plus 2 is greater than equals to 0. Okay, so this line is x plus y plus 2. So it is above portion is shaded. And for the third, y is less than equals to 2. So y equals to 2 is this, and for lower is this. So we need to shade, and this is the region R. Let me shade it and label it. Right. Now for the B part, line L is perpendicular to this line. Line L passes through this point. Show that the equation of line L is this. Okay, so when the line is perpendicular to this, it means the slope of line L must be negative reciprocal of slope of this line. So first we need to find the slope for this line, that is y equals to 1 by 2x plus 4 by 2 is 2. So the slope of this line is 1 by 2, and we can say the slope of the line L is minus 2. Negative reciprocal of 1 by 2 is minus 2, and it passes through this point. So equation of line is y equals to mx plus b. So y equals to minus 2x plus b. We can find the value for b by using this point 1, 8. X is 1, y is 8. 8 equals to minus 2 times 1 plus b. So 8 plus 2, this is equals to 10 equals to b. Now the equation of line, we have y equals to minus 2x plus 10. Right. Now for the C part, use an algebraic method to find the coordinates of the points of intersection of the lines. Okay, so for the two lines, we can solve it by using a method of substitution or method of elimination and finding the values for x and y, the point of intersection, right? Okay, so in second equation, we have the y value. Substitute that y in the first. So we have 2 times of y is 23 minus 2x equals to x plus 4. 2 times of 23 is 2 times 23 is 46. 46 minus 2 times 2 is 4x equals to x plus 4. Okay, so we have 46 minus 4. This would be equals to x plus 4x. 46 minus 4 is 42. Yes, 42 is equals to 5x. And to get the value for x, we have 42 by 5. 42 divides 5, and this would be 8.4. So x is 8.4. Let me substitute that x into this equation and to solve for y. So y equals to 23 minus 2 times 8.4. Right. 8.4 times negative 2, and then add with 23. We will get y, that is 6.2. Question number 9. The diagram shows a pyramid with a rectangular horizontal base. Vertex F of the pyramid is vertically above the center of the base. E is vertically above. AB is 6.2 centimeter. BC is 4.3 centimeter. So if it is a rectangular base, then AB and DC is same, and BC and AD is same. The length of each sloping edge of the pyramid is 9.5 centimeter. So means CF, CB, CA, CD, all of them are 9.5, right? Now for A part, show that the height EF, E to F, this is the height of the pyramid is 8.72 centimeter, correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, so we need to find out this height. So first we have to consider this triangle ABC, right? So since the base is triangular, so it is a right angle triangle. It is rectangular base, sorry. So ABC, B is a right angle. So we have AB, we have BC. We can find AC by using Pythagoras Theorem. So we can say AC whole square is basically equals to AB square, that is 6.2 whole square, plus a BC square, that is 4.3 whole square, right? So we have 6.2 square plus 4.3 square. We have, this is AC square. Now to get AC, we need to do the square root. So the AC 7.54. 7.54 centimeter is A to C. Okay, so E is basically a midpoint of AC, right? So AE and EC. So we can divide it into half. So dividing by 2, and this is 3.77. AE is 3.77 and E to C is 3.77. So EC is 3.77 centimeter. So when EC is 3.77 and F2C is 9.5, we can easily find this because it is again a right angle triangle. By using a Pythagoras theorem, we can find out EF. Okay, so this is a hypotenuse 9.5 square. This is equals to EF or FE square plus EC is 3.77 square. Okay, so we can find EF by doing square root of 9.5 whole square minus 3.77 whole square. We can find EF correct to three significant figures. So let me do it. 9.5 square plus 3.7 minus 9.5 square minus 3.77 square, and then a square root 8.719. So we have 8.72 correct to three significant figures. So this is 8.7199. So for three significant figures, we have 8.72 centimeters. Right. Now for the B part, calculate the volume of the pyramid. Okay, so at the top of the question, we have given the formula that the volume of the pyramid is half times base area times height. Base area, since the base is rectangular, so its area is length times width. So the length is 6.2, the width is 4.3, and the height we just got is EF is the height. So let me substitute everything into the formula to get the volume. So volume is 1 by 3 base area, that is 6.2 times 4.3 times height, that is 8.72. Let me calculate it. 8.72 times 4.3 times 6.2 dividing by 3, 77.49. Yes, 77.5 we can say. Centimeter cube is the volume. Now for the C part, calculate the angle AFB. Okay, where is AFB? AFB, this angle we need to find. Okay, so we know AB and we know EA and EB as well, right? And we need to find this middle angle, right? So let me draw this triangle separately on the new page, and let's see which rule we need to use to find that angle. Right, A, B, and this is F. Okay, AB is 6.2 and FA and FB, these are 9.5. 9.5, we can find this angle. Okay, all the three sides of a triangle we have given, we can find one angle, so we have to use law of cosine. So for law of cosine, we can find the angle F. So F square is equals to A square plus B square minus 2AB cos of angle F. And to find angle F, we can say cos inverse of A square plus B square minus F square over 2AB. Right, let me substitute all the values. So angle F would be cos inverse of A square, that is 9.5 square. B square is again 9.5 square. Minus C is 6.2 square. Whole divides 2 times 9.5 times 9.5. Right. So let me simplify it now. 9.5 square plus 9.5 square minus 6.2 square is this much. So we have cos inverse of 142.06 over We have 2 times 9.5 times 9.5, 180.5. Okay, now 142.06 divides 180.5, and doing cos inverse, this is 38.09, so 38.1 degree is the angle AAFB. Now for the D part, calculate the angle of elevation of F from the midpoint of AB. Okay. So as you can see, this is AB. The midpoint of AB lies over here. Let's say M is the midpoint of AB, and we can find this angle from M to F, and then connect with E as well. We can find this angle of elevation of from M to F, right? So again, this is a right angle triangle. Draw this triangle separately. So MEF, and E is a right angle. This kind of triangle we have. Right. We have M, E, and F. So E is a right angle, right? So as you can see, we have E to F. We know EF is the height, that is 8.72. We got in the first part. So this is 8.72. Okay, now ME. So we have BC. So what is half of BC is exactly the length ME, right? So BC is 4.3. 4.3 divides 2. This is 2.15. So this is half of BC, 2.15. 2.15. Okay. So we need to find this angle because this is the angle of elevation of F from the midpoint of AB. So this point. So this is opposite and adjacent. So we need to use tangent of angle M is opposite is 8.72 over adjacent is 2.15. So let me solve it. 8.72 divides 2.15, and tan inverse of answer is 76.1 degree is the angle of elevation from the midpoint of AB. Question number 10. The diagram shows two circles that touches at C. We have two circles touches at C. A, B and C are the points on small circle center X. A, B, C, and its center is X. So if the center is X, it means XC, XA. These are the radius, and XB. So these sides are same. C, D, E are the points on the large circle center Y. C, D, E. If center is Y, so it means C, YC, YE, and YD. These are the radius, same sides. AXCEY, AXCEYE, and BCD are straight lines, and the angle YDE is Y, X degree. Now for the first part, prove that the triangle BCX, this triangle is similar to the triangle DCY. These two triangles are similar. Give a reason for each statement you make. Okay, so how can we prove the two triangles are similar? It means we need to show that all the three angles in these two triangles are same, right? Okay, so first, as you can see, both the triangles have angle C, same, that is a vertically opposite angle. So we can say that BCX, the first reason we can make, angle BCX is equals to the angle DCY. This is vertically opposite. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Right. Now, C angle is same. Now, as we know that XB and XC, these two sides are same, it means the angle B and the angle C, these two angles are also same. Let me say these two angles are Y, right? And same when a CY and DY is same, it means the angle C and angle D must be equal. So this is Y, so this is also Y. So from here we can say the angle XBC is equals to the angle YDC. Both are Y and Y. So for the second statement, we can say XBC is equals to YDC because this is angles in isosceles triangle. Okay. Now the last angle X and the angle Y is left. So these two angles are also same because when the two angles are same, the third angle must be equal. So we can say for the third statement, BXC is equals to DYC, third angle of a triangle. Okay, so we can say that by angle, triangle BCX is similar to triangle DCY. Part find in terms of X in the first part DCY. So where is DCY? We have D, C and Y. So we need to find this angle, this red one, right? Okay, so as we know that when we have a triangle over the diameter, that triangle is a right triangle and the angle that is opposite to the diameter is 90 degree. So this is a diameter and the angle opposite to this is 90 degree. So this angle is 90. So 90 is basically a sum of X plus Y. And what is Y? 90 degree minus X is angle Y. So this Y is exactly the same as this Y because this triangle is an isosceles triangle. So the angle DCY is 90 minus X. 90 degree minus X. Now for the second part, BXA. So where is BXA? BXA, this angle we need to find. So for this, let me find this angle first, right? So we have a triangle BXC. Again, this is an isosceles triangle. We know that sum of the two sides, two angles must be equal. So, and when we add all these three angles and put it equals to 180, we will get this angle X, right? So we can say angle X plus Y equals to 180 degree. So angle X is equals to 180 degree minus 2Y, right? So this angle X is 180 minus 2Y, right? Okay, now we need to find this angle. So this whole angle is 180 degree, right? And when we do 180 subtract this angle, we will get that one. Okay, so how can we do it? So this angle X we can say is 180 minus 2Y, right? And when we say that for this whole is 180, and to get this one AXB, we can do 180 subtract that angle. So 180 degree minus 180 minus 2Y is equals to 180 minus 180 plus 2Y. 180 is cancelled with 180 and we are left with 2Y. So that angle is just 2Y. And we know the angle Y is 90 minus X, so we can substitute it over here. So we have 2 times of 90 minus X, so 180 minus 2X. So this is the angle in terms of X, 180 minus 2X. 180 degree minus 2X. Now for the C part, given that BC is 3.5 centimeter, CX is 3.2 centimeter and DC is 5.6 centimeter. Find the length AE. So BC is 3.5, B to C. This BC is 3.5, right? And we have given C to X. CX is 3.2. If CX is 3.2, it means AX is also 3.2 because both are the radius. And CD is 5.6. C to D is 5.6. And we need to find A to E. So AE is basically a sum of AX, XC, and CY and YE. So we know AX, we know XC. Now we need to find A, C to Y, and then Y to E. Both are the same because these are the radius. Okay, so basically we need to find CY. So as we know, these two triangles are similar, right? Okay, so we know XC, we know CB, we know CD, right? We need to find CY. Let me draw these two triangles separately to make it more visualized. So if I can draw the two similar triangles. In the same direction, let me draw it. Okay. So first is X, B, and C. So this is X, this is B, and this is C. So X to C is 3.2, right? And B to C is 3.5, right? And the next is C, D, Y. C, D, and Y. Okay, and CD is 5.6. This is 5.6. Okay, and we know that the angle C, both of them are same. This angle and this angle is same. We need to find CY, right? Or we can find DY as well because these are the radius, they are same. So as we can see, the front side of this angle, we have the same angle by using the similar triangle concept. So the front of, we don't know the front, so I don't think so we can use this concept. So we can use for the next one, we have angle B is equivalent to angle D. Okay, B is equivalent to D. So the front of angle B is 3.2. And the front of D is CY that we need to find, right? And same angle X is equivalent to angle Y. So front of X is 3.5 and the front of Y is 5.6, right? Let me find CY. So we have CY is, if we can do 3.2 divides 3.5 and times by 5.6, we will get CY. Right, so let me count it, calculate it. 3.2 times times 5.6 divides 3.5, we have 5.12. 5.12 centimeter is CY. Okay, 5.12 is CY. So when CY is 5.12, so this YE is also 5.12. Now we can find easily A to E, right? So A to E is A to C and C to E. So AE is A to C and C to E, right? So what is AC? So A to C, let me show you. AC is basically AX and XC, and these are the two radius, that is 3.2. So 3.2 times 2 is AC. We have 2 times 3.2 plus CE. So we have C to E, CY and YE, both are the radius, 5.12 times 2. 2 times 5.12. So let me add both of them. So we have 2 times 3.2 plus 2 times 5.12. This is 16.64 is the length, centimeter. So that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in a comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.